And in the topic of being vulnerable, there's nothing more vulnerable in this world than love. I think there's nothing more vulnerable in this world than finding someone that you really care about, and then seeing that person take this feeling out of you, or like elicit this feeling out of you. So I know one of the things you've talked about on your channel also is the concept of love. Talk to me about love. First off, what is love? Before we even get to the nitty-gritty of it, what is love in your estimation? What is this thing? What role does it have in our beautiful, beautiful play?
I can't even lie, bro. I'm still hanging on that fucking
Strength thing.
Man said the most vulnerable thing you can do is love. I'm gonna let that one ring out for a second. Let the birds fucking pick up on that one. That's crazy. That's crazy. Sorry, I made like 42 revelations in that 1 minute fucking interaction. They're not being processed yet, but I heard something. But vulnerability, love being the most vulnerable thing you can do is so correct. It's kind of scary. It's too on point. That's the point. Oh God damn! Oh shit! Sorry, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Let's think about this for a second. Love, right? Love, right? Okay, love, right? You have love, right? The most fucking vulnerable thing you could ever fucking do in your entire life, to the point it becomes scary. So what is love? It's an active facing of false evidence appearing real. It's an active fucking challenge against fear itself, and that's why love is the most powerful fucking thing, because it literally combats fear. What? Ah! What? Oh shit! I need to write that down. Oh, I need fucking no. I don't need a minute, man. That's it. That's all I have to say. I can go now. I'm done. That's all you need.
No.
That is all you need.
No.
That is all you need.
I think we can develop it further. Okay. So one of the things.
But there is literally nothing more to it than that.
There's nothing more to say.
That is it. That is literally fucking it. If you literally just take your fucking self to a point of, if you take yourself to the point of vulnerability where you are challenging your fears, you have nothing to fear. So you can do anything. You become limitless without fear. So embrace love. What the fuck? You feel the energy in the air right now, bro? I just clocked it. What the? I thought I clocked it yesterday, 2, 3, 4 days ago, but you just...
This is the point. Bible studies, my friend. Bible studies, brother. Bible studies. Bible studies.
Where did this come from?
Alright. One of the ways, you know that feeling you're feeling now? How I felt, one of the ways I felt, and I've told you this also, and I think I told you this off camera. When I read that poem of yours, right? That poem, How Can I Tell I Love Her?
Yeah.
I relate to that so much, because a large part of my, I mentioned about the vulnerability is love. I didn't realize that when I was younger. When I was younger, I used to hide that. So when I felt something about someone, I wouldn't say anything.
The same way you're talking about a poem, How Can I Tell Her I Love Her? That was a really fucking deep dive into my, vulnerability. And if you notice, if you can watch it back, if you notice, as soon as he mentioned the title of the poem, I folded my arms. I got closed up. I wanted to shield up the vulnerability. NLP, body language learning, neuralistic.
Would you mind reading the poem for us? Are you there yet? If you're not,
I might be there. I don't know. Because she's really into spoken word performances as well.
Yeah.
So it might be interesting. I might have to do it and send it to her as well. That would be interesting. But,
I think
like a revamped version from a point of perspective where I'm actually, neutrally at peace. I think that'd be the best, most sincere, wholehearted, wholesome thing to. I think she'd really like that, actually.
Because I have some quotes from it, but I think it'd be better if you just heard the original from you. But if you know, I could go.
We'll save it for now. We'll save it for now. We'll save it for now.
At the end. Okay, so one of my favorite parts of it, right? Like, and I remember you in the poem. So initially you read it to me in person, and I loved it. And then you have a video about it. So if anyone wants to check it out, you can also check it out in the description. I'll put it in if I put the video down. But yeah, it was like one of the things you said. You're like, no one will ever know the violence it took to become this gentle, the crippling isolation. And then you continue, and then towards the end you go back to love, back to silence, back to you. And I asked again, how can I tell you I love you? Still the question remains. And in that video, and I think there's another video you have when you talk about the concept of love, and you mention how love can be fickle but also stable. Talk to me a little bit about that. what's that duality like where it can be fickle but also give you stability?
So it's like it's one of them ones. In the moment, with love, it's like in the moment. It's like when it comes, it's an intense emotion. Of course, it's an intense emotion, and with intensity comes volatility. Volatility is the fluctuations of I'm using too many fucking words right now. Too many fucking words. Love. Love is a volatile source of energy. I'll tell you that for a fact. Very intense, energetic, aggressive, calm. It's like the water, you know. It can flow or it can crash, you know. It can fly.
What's it can bend?
Or it can bend. It can literally fucking go through every water, my friend. You put water into the cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into the teapot, it becomes the teapot.
You put water in, it becomes the bowl.
It becomes the bowl. Aye, now water can flow, or you know, RIP Japan, you know. It can become a tsunami, you know, just crash, destroy, take away.
So you're saying that's love?
I'm saying that's love. It's like love shares a lot of similarities with the ocean. The ocean shares a lot of similarities with God. We'll get into that later. But at the point I'm trying to make is, it's very intense. So in the moment, it might not. It comes with expectations. Let's be real here. Love should not. Unconditional love is a concept, but most people love conditionally. It comes with an expectation. I love you, you love me. That means if I love you, that means you love me. You know what I mean? That type of deal.
Why do you think that is? I've always wondered. If you love someone, shouldn't that just be enough? Why do we expect things from them?
That's the fucking question, isn't it? That's the fucking question, isn't it?
What do you think? I know there's no right answer, but if you had to just
That is the fucking question, isn't it? I mean, the answer is ego, of course. You know, pride, fear of loss. It's fear. It comes back to fear. It's like you love this thing, now you fear it's gonna leave you. Straight up, you love this thing, you fear it's gonna leave you. So what do? You hold on. You hold on, which makes the intensity of those emotions even more intense. And then now you're unaligned because you're not thinking clearly with mind, body, soul. You're thinking maybe more with soul, maybe more with mind, because they're not doing the things you want them to do. So now you're all over the fucking place, and you're in this fucking cacophony of tornado, cyclone, whirlpool, black hole, in betwixt. Nah, you get to that point after you realize, okay, you are at that point, but it kind of takes a while. You're in the storm, in the tornado, getting sucked in. You're like, what the fuck is going on? I'm kind of flowing up in like good energy vibes, but you're still being hit with debris. And then, you know, like one little thing happens in the moment. That's where the fickleness comes into play. One little thing happens in the moment, and it's like, oh shit. I was like, oh yeah, she looked at this guy in this certain way, so now that made me feel some type of way. I'm getting jealousy comes out, the envy comes out, you know, the fear of losing. It's like, oh, has she fallen out of love with me? And I mean, oh, it's been so long since she said da 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 da. So you start thinking to yourself, oh, is the love really real? Is the love really real? But the other side of that is the stability, where it's like, you know, it's enduring. It's like it gives you hope. It's like, okay, I have someone to go back to. I'm waiting for someone to come back to me. She makes the yeah, inspired.
Go off, bro. No, that's not for my account, bro.
No, she's like, because you can tell I'm talking about someone. You can tell I'm talking about someone. But you know, they inspire you to be a better person. They inspire you to take on responsibility, to, you know, maintain and live your best and be your best person. They inspire change. You know what I mean? That's where the stability aspect comes in with love. And most importantly, you have to be vulnerable to actually let these forces affect you. You have to open up your heart to actually let yourself be changed by the love in a weird way. But unfortunately,
Can I go off that?
Last point. Obviously, you can't open your heart without breaking it a few times.
Can't do that. You can't just say that again and fucking thing. You won't forget anything I was gonna say.
You chose just the truth, man. The truth is the truth, whether you like it or not. I can't remember.
You can't open your heart without breaking it a few times.
Oh, I stole both of those quotes. The first one, the fucking what do you call it? The
No one
violence.
ever knows
I
his
saw that in
violence.
an Instagram post. I fucking snatched that. I snatched.
The best art is still, brother. Don't worry about
Yeah,
it.
it's the resonation though. With things like that, it's like you see something which resonates to you specifically. Some person might see the same thing and just scroll past it.
Yes.
Like, think nothing of it.
Yes.
So that's where the value comes in.
Yes.
It's like you actually see the value in
And you-
that object,
and
and then
yeah,
you utilize
and
it.
you repurpose it for
You
something
repurpose
bigger.
it
Yeah,
in a way only you can actually
understand. Yeah, in a different context
from your
almost.
per-
Yeah.
That's what mastery of art is all about.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, think about it. Like, no one's ever come up with words, but we just taking shit and
Unless you
repurposing it.
Shakespeare. Unless you Shakespeare, or unless you're me. Unless you're me
Hey,
or Shakespeare.
Hey,
you ain't coming
talk
with
about
me.
ego, bro. What are you talking about?
Bro, my ego is.
Man said me and Shakespeare. That's
My
it.
ego is-
It's just me and
I've got
Shakespeare.
the biggest ego ever. My ego is fucking everywhere. It is like galaxy wide. That's what people don't misunderstand. Because I exist everywhere, in every atom, in every string.
Okay, let's go. All right. But I remember the question I was going to ask now. On the back of what you said also about in order to open your heart, you have to break it a few times. What has that been like for you? What do you remember? Like, you have to mention a person. But do you remember like your first? Because I know when we were walking, we were talking about how change comes from heartbreak. And I remember like when I first had heartbreak and the change it made me go through, and the growth it made me, and like just even the kind of person it made me become, because it made me become strong, but also kind. And I think that, you know, understanding that pain was the part where the kindness came from. That I didn't need to be hard on anyone, because actually I've been also there, you know.
And most importantly, you didn't need to be hard on yourself.
Yes.
Most importantly,
Yeah.
you didn't need to be hard on yourself. You know?
Go off that. Like, what was that like for you, and how's your relationship with love changed over time?